Today, Springfield Technical Community College hosted their first listening session of the recently created Latino Empowerment Advisory Council. The event was free and open to the community and took place on the school's campus. The council advises Governor Maura Healey and Lieutenant Governor Kim Driscoll on strategies to expand economic opportunities for Massachusetts Latino communities and to improve their overall well-being.
We're working with Governor Healey on an agenda for the Latino community where we can address prosperity, well-being, and equity. How can we work together to really make an impact and leave Latino people in a better place?
Other issues being addressed include workforce development, access to quality education, affordable housing, and health and food security.